Hey everyone, this is a 45-minute strength building full yoga practice. It's not recommended for total beginners, but anybody with a consistent yoga practice should be just fine. If you're feeling particularly stiff today, I'd recommend an additional warm-up, and I'll put a link for a great one here so you can do that first. Also, I wanted to let you know that you can submit yoga video requests at the YBC Yoga Forum. I'll put the link for that here. And don't forget, I lead retreats and pop-up classes worldwide and offer custom yoga DVDs and custom yoga retreats as well. All info for that can be found on my website at yogabycandice.com. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're going to use a yoga bolster for the beginning of this practice. If you don't have one, just use a couch cushion, a pillow, or a rolled towel or blanket. To use it, bring it to the base of your spine as you're seated, and then halfway back before you lie down. You can decide how high you want your bolster or blanket, whatever you're using, to be. It all really depends on your openness and your flexibility in your chest and shoulder and spine area. Arms can be down by your side, or rest your hands on your stomach. Legs can be stretched out straight, or you can bend the knees and bring the bottoms of the feet together as I have shown here. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale fully, and as you exhale, feel your shoulders melt away from your ears. With each exhale, focus on the arms becoming really heavy. Focus on deepening your breath. And see if you can follow the inhale from the bottoms of your toes all the way up your legs and then over your stomach. And at the top of the inhale, feel your chest rise slightly. And then exhale fully, visualizing the exhale ending through your fingertips. Eyes are heavy. The eyes are sunken into the sockets. Your mouth is totally relaxed. The space between your eyebrows is calm. And on your next inhale, gently remove the bolster out from under you and come to lay down. Invite the right knee in towards the chest, and then begin to circle the ankle, spreading the toes. You can keep your eyes closed here. Press out of the bottom of the left foot, so activate the left leg. Really pull that right leg in. Back of your neck is really long. And then change direction with your foot. On your next inhale, lift the left leg to about 45 degrees and extend the right leg up overhead. Flare your toes, activate the legs, press your low back into the ground, then lift your arms, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift your head, peel the upper back off the mat, using your core strength, lifting even more, seeing if you could lift the tailbone, lift the chest a little more, and then as you exhale, we'll take it to the other side. So invite the left knee in towards your chest, spread the toes, and begin to circle the foot. So you want to move really mindfully, spreading the toes, being really aware, pressing out of the bottom of the right foot, so activating the right leg, making sure to stay connected to your breath. Full deep breaths, even though this might not be super active or strenuous. Breathe full, deep, complete breaths. We'll change direction. And then when you're ready, lift the right leg to 45 degrees or so, and extend the left leg overhead. Press out of the bottoms of the feet, spread the toes, lift the arms, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, peel the upper back off the mat. As you inhale, lift your tailbone off the mat. It's really subtle, you probably won't see much of a difference. Then lift your chest even more. Squeeze everything together, lift, lift, lift even more. And when you're ready, release. Bring the knees in towards the chest. And as you exhale, see if you can get your tailbone all the way down to the mat. Relax your shoulders down towards the ground, maybe even close your eyes. Back of the neck is long. Feeling your entire spine connected to the ground. Your whole body firmly supported. On your next inhale, Brighten the toes, lift the arms, lift the head, lift the tailbone, reach, reach, reach. Get as high as you can, lifting the tailbone, lifting the shoulders, lifting the chest, and then as you exhale, grab opposite elbows and release. Again, we want to connect the low spine to the mat, keeping the low back on the ground as well. And feeling your stomach against your thighs as you breathe in. On your next inhale, grab the outside edges of the feet, spread the toes, and then bring the knees in towards the armpits for happy baby. So you have an option to stay here in stillness, letting the hips gently open, or you might want to take the option to rock side to side, giving yourself a little massage on the back as you do so. Your choice. Wherever you are, firmly pull the knees in towards the armpits. It's a really great hip opener. It's really good for sciatica or low back issues if you have those. And when you're ready, gently release. Bring the feet down, toes pointed straight out in front. Lift your toes, spread them wide, and set them down. Knees are hip distance, feet are hip distance, and when you're ready, press into the feet to lift the hips up. Breathe here, get long. Make sure your knees stay straight out in front of you. Try not to let them go out to the side, same with your toes. On the next inhale, rock side to side on your arms until you can make space to lift your chest up. We're taking bridge pose. Interlace the fingers and press the arms down into the ground as you lift the hips, lift the chest, and breathe across the whole front body. When you're ready, gently release. Take a deep breath in and exhale fully. On your next inhale, bend the knees, lift the feet, and rock yourself up. When you get there, lift the toes and bring your hands underneath and then walk your heels in towards your butt. Let the head drop towards the knees and round the back. Let your arms be long as your feet press into your palms. Let the toes spread and breathe into the space in between your toes and from the tips of your toes to your heels. On your next inhale, cross your ankles, rock forward coming onto all fours, and then slide yourself back for wide leg child's pose. So you want to take your knees as wide as they can comfortably go and bring your head down to the mat. As you breathe, feel your stomach against your thighs. Let your head be heavy, let your arms reach out in front, and then press into the forearms until you get a good stretch in your armpits. Just taking a minute to connect to your breath, to acknowledge what you want to get out of this practice today, and to try to let go of anything that might be holding you back. On your next inhale, rise up. We're going to take the toes curled under and open up the knees even more and sit back onto your Achilles. So the knees are spread wide, we're sitting really tall and breathing into the bottoms of the feet. On your next inhale, slowly bring the hands out in front, come onto all fours. I'm going to take the knees and feet hip distance. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders. And on your next inhale, lift your right leg and reach back with your left hand. Maybe your hand and foot connect, and from there we'll lift up. Breathe into the right hip flexor and left shoulder and all across the whole front body. With each inhale, finding length. And as you exhale, gently release, we'll take it to the other side. Left leg lifts, find your balance. Reach back with your right hand, toes are spread. Breathe from the right shoulder all the way down through the left hip flexor. As you exhale, release. From here, come onto your forearms and grab the outside edges of your arms. Extend your legs back behind you. We're coming into a plank position. We're going to do a little bit of shoulder work, so we want to awaken the shoulders and the upper body. So to do that, think about your shoulders being over your wrists, and we're going to engage the space between the shoulder blades. So press into the mat almost until you feel a little micro round in your back. On your next inhale, walk your feet forward, lift your hips for dolphin pose. So it's just like downward facing dog, but it's on your forearms. The head looks like it's on the mat, but it's actually not. You're pushing the mat away with your forearms. Wherever you are, try to bring the heels down to the ground. Picture your body as an upside down letter V as your hips lift and you continue to push the mat away. Always want to be pushing the mat away. On your next inhale, come down into child's pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let something go. And as you inhale, round forward, coming onto all fours. Wrists, elbows, and shoulders in one long line, knees directly underneath the hips. Inhale, lift your head, lift your tailbone. Exhale, press the mat away, round your back as much as you can, let your head drop. Inhale, curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Move super slow, feel everything. As you inhale, lift your right leg as high as you can, spread your right toes. Try not to let your right shoulder lift out of alignment. As you inhale, shoulders over wrists, three-legged plank, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Just the feet and the hands are on the mat. As you exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Move slower than you want to go. Take a deep breath in and out. As you inhale, lift the left leg, spread the left toes. Try not to let your left armpit come out of alignment with your right armpit. As you inhale, bring the shoulders over the wrists, three-legged plank, elbows in, lower down. Inhale, rise up, upward facing dog, just the tops of the feet and the hands on the mat. As you exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Let your head be heavy. As you inhale, lift your right leg, spread your right toes. Super slowly, bring the knee in towards the forehead, shoulders over wrists. From there, slowly step the right foot down to the ground. Bring the left knee down, bring your hands to your hips. Send your hips forward, feel your hips even. Begin to feel your elbows reach back behind you and feel your heart lift as if someone had like a belt wrapped around your chest and is lifting it up. So we want to have the back really long. There's no compression in the spine. As you inhale, come back to center. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Press your palms together. And as you inhale, let the head come forward. Left knee lifts. Arms come up overhead. Then as you exhale, lift your shoulders away from your ears as if someone's pulling your hands up. Right knee directly over, right ankle or slightly behind. As you inhale, rise up. Keep pressing out of the back leg, hands to the heart. As you inhale, bring your arms out in front, swim forward, find your balance. We're coming into warrior three. So we're lifting up. You want to feel your hips and make sure they're even. You don't want to let your left hip lift. Point your left toes down to the mat, spin your inner left thigh up towards the sky, and when you're ready, step back, high lunge. Exhale, hands come to the ground. Super slow, lift your right leg, send it back, three-legged plank, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog, let your head be heavy. Step your feet up the mat just a couple of inches to clarify your foundation, lift your hips, press the mat away. Invite your heels to come down to the ground, but don't worry if they don't get there. Spin your inner thighs up towards the sky. Kneecaps are lifted, gaze is towards the belly button. As you inhale, lift your left leg, spread your left toes, and bring shoulders over wrists, knee in towards the forehead, and then super slowly with control, lower the left foot down to the front of the mat. As you inhale, you're going to take the right knee down as well and rise up. Hands to the hips, and press your hips forward, feel your elbows reach back behind you, and then lift your heart, imagining that someone has a belt wrapped around your chest and they're pulling it up. So there's no compression in your low spine. Your whole back is very long, even though it's rounding. Let the hips sink forward as your gaze goes up. Let your chest lift. On your next inhale, come back to center, interlace the fingers behind your back, press your palms together, and as you come forward, lift your right knee. Let the head be heavy, let it hang. Left knee directly over left ankle, press out of the bottom of the right foot. Right leg is long and strong, arms up overhead, shoulders pulled away from the ears. Breathe into the chest. As you inhale, bring that knee down, rise up. Bring the hands to the heart, high lunge. Feel your hips even. Watch out for that left knee. We want it directly above the ankle or slightly behind. And when you're ready, we'll send the arms out in front. Step strong into Warrior 3. Feel your hips even. Left kneecap is lifted. Right toes point down to the ground. Body is long and strong like the capital letter T. When you're ready, super slowly step the right foot back. And then we'll exhale the hands down to the front of the mat. Activate the core, lift the front leg. Three-legged plank, keep the elbows in as you lower down, and as you inhale, rise up. As you exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Step your feet up the mat a couple of inches to clarify, lift your hips, press the mat away. Inner thighs are spinning up towards the sky. Fingers are spread, not collapsing any weight into the sides of the wrists, sides of the palms. Inhale onto the toes and bring your knees down. From here, we're going to take child's pose. Rest your head on the mat. On the next inhale, bring the forearms down, grab the outsides of the arms. We're coming into headstand. So we want to already be engaging that space that we were talking about, the space between the shoulder blades. So this is no good. See how my shoulders are collapsed and I have like a sunken in space between my shoulder blades? Now I'm engaged, and that's what I want. So I want to always be pushing and being engaged in the shoulder area. From here, straighten the legs, lift the hips, walk, 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 walk. Maybe one leg lifts, maybe both legs lift. Spread your toes and lift. Visualizing one long line of energy from your head all the way down, out through the bottoms of the feet. When you get there, take the right foot out behind you and the left foot back behind you, or whatever way works. We're basically just playing around upside down. Doing some splits. When you're ready, take it to the other side. Breathe fully, breathe deeply. Spread your toes, be long and strong. Keep pressing into the forearms. Ask yourself, am I pressing into the forearms? How about now? How about now? When you're ready, see what happens if you want to come out with a hollow back. So you want to let the hips come past the head, reach out of the bottoms of the feet, slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. Use your core strength, and then come all the way out of it. Take child's pose. Arms can be out in front, or I like them by my side sometimes. Feels good after some headstands. As you inhale, round forward. As you exhale, curl your toes, press them into the mat. As you inhale, lift the head, lift the tailbone. As you exhale, press the mat away, lower your head, let it be heavy. Arms are strong. Inhale, lift up, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, rise onto the toes, then press the mat away even more. So your butt is like sticking up in the air. And then when you're ready, you're going to ripple through the spine until you come forward and the shoulders are over the wrists in plank pose. Inhale, lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Shoulders are even. On the next inhale, step the right foot to the front of the mat. We're going to take warrior two here. So bring the outer edge of the left foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Right knee directly over right ankle or slightly behind. Open up the arms. Feel your hips that they're even. And then look out over your right middle finger. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Arms are strong. If somebody came by and pressed your arm, it wouldn't go anywhere. As you inhale, rotate your arms and look up. As you exhale, take warrior two and slide your torso forward and lift the left arm to 12 o'clock. Option to stay there or take a bind. If you're binding, try not to sink your upper body weight onto your front leg. Rather, use your core strength to stay light and lifted. When you're ready to release, go ahead and do so. And then we'll step back. Three-legged plank, keep the elbows in, rise up for up dog. As you exhale, roll over the toes for downward facing dog. Step your feet up the mat a couple of inches just to clarify. Lift your hips and press the mat away. When you're ready, lift your left leg, spread your left toes. Keep your shoulders in line. Inhale, step the left foot to the front of the mat. Taking it to the other side with warrior two. So turn until your back foot is parallel to the outer edge of the mat, the short edge of the mat. Rise up for warrior two. Feel your hips even. Left knee directly over left ankle or slightly behind. Arms are strong. Look out over your left middle finger. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Breathe fully. Breathe deeply. Press into the outer edge of the right foot, and as you inhale, lift your left arm, look up, breathe into the space between your ribs. As you inhale, take warrior two, then bring your torso forward and the right arm up to 12 o'clock. Try to keep your upper body open here, and you have the option to stay there or take a bind. If you're binding, lift and use your core strength rather than sinking your weight onto your front leg. You can look up, but if that's too much for your neck, look down. When you're ready, release, then windmill the arms down, pivot the back leg. Take three-legged plank, keep your elbows into 90 degrees, then rise up for up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale onto the toes, bring the knees down. Take child's pose for one breath. Deep breath in, deep breath out. As you inhale, bring the forearms down, grab the outside edges of the arms. Make sure that your fingers are grabbing the outside edges of the arms, not just the elbows. Interlace the fingers and already begin to press into the forearms. So see what it looks like when you press and your shoulders engage. The space between your shoulder blades comes alive. That's what we want. Bring your head down already. Begin to push into your mat until your upper back rounds. Then lift your hips. Walk, walk, walk. Keep pressing the mat away. And only when your pelvis is over your head do you want to see what happens when you lift up. If you can't get your pelvis over your head, then you just need to stay where you are until your pelvis can come over your head. Rise up, use your core strength. Maybe bend the knees and bring the bottoms of the feet to touch. Just play around, see what happens. If you fall over, it's okay. Keep pressing into the mat. Ask yourself, am I pressing into the mat? Am I pressing into the mat? Am I pressing with my forearms? Press, press, press. When you're ready, see what happens. Do you want to come out with a flat back? a hollow back. Spread your toes, come down, pause maybe, and then come all the way down. Take a child's pose immediately. Let your head be heavy. Let your whole body relax and absorb all the good things that just happened. So the blood is flowing and the body's working and you're doing things that you likely don't normally do. And it's like intelligence for the body. And it needs a moment to just say, what happened? What did I do? What did I learn? So let your body absorb that. On your next inhale, I'm going to come into puppy dog pose. So it's a great stretch for the armpits, the shoulders. You're going to slide your upper body out until your hips are over your knees. I'm a little too far forward, but I fix it there. So you want to have your hips over your knees, head down on the ground, breathe into the armpits. On your next inhale, come forward for Sphinx pose, and then come all the way down, rest your head. I'm going to do a little chest opening here. So interlace your fingers behind your back, arms are long and strong, press your palms together, and as you inhale, imagine someone's pulling your hands, so they're lifting up your chest. Use your whole back body to do that. And when you're ready, super slowly come down. On your next inhale, flare the right toes, reach back with your right hand, grab hold of the right foot. Reach your left arm out in front, and on your next inhale, we're going to lift everything up, but we're also going to be as long as we can. So you want to think about the spine being really long. Take a deep breath in. Now as you exhale, lift. Use your back body strength to lift. Shoulders relaxed away from your ears. All the muscles in your whole back body are working to lift, and when you're ready, gently release, but keep that right leg bent. And reach back with your left hand, just like we did at the beginning of this practice, except we were on our hands and knees. We're going to lift everything up on the next exhale. So take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift, use your whole back body. Reach, reach, reach as high as you can, but your spine is really long. Lift, 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 and then release. Take it to the other side. Left leg bends, spread the left toes. Take your time getting there. Bring your left hand down. Maybe it connects with the foot. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. One more inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, extend and lift. So you want to visualize a long line of energy from your right fingertips down through your right toes. Lift, 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 and release. Extend the left arm, reach back with your right hand. Grab hold of the foot, take a deep breath in. And exhale and lift. Reach as high as you can, get as long as you can. As high as you can, as long as you can. And release. Stack your forearms, rest your forehead on your arms. Just taking a moment to, again, let your body absorb what you just did. When you're ready, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows straight back behind you. Curl your toes and lift your knees up so we're activating the leg muscles. When you're ready, press up. Try to keep your body as flat as you can, then we're going to come all the way down. Take a deep breath in, we'll do it again. Activate the legs, activate the core, press up, and come down super slow, elbows straight behind you. Last time. Activate the legs, activate the core, press, 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 lift, and release. Press yourself back to child's pose. Inhale, round forward onto all fours. Curl your toes, lift up for downward facing dog. Inhale onto the toes, bend the knees and hop forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, feet are together. Exhale, forward fold, hips over ankles. Inhale, bend the knees, super slowly come all the way down. And we'll extend the legs here. We're going to come into a hip opener. Bend your right leg. And then send your right foot out to the right just a little bit, just a couple inches more. Press out of the bottom of the left foot so your left foot is activated, left leg is activated. Take your left hand next to your left hip. Bring the right arm to the inside of your right leg. Then reach forward and wrap your right arm around your right leg. Maybe it connects with your left hand. And as you exhale, bring your chest down towards your left knee. Keep pressing out of the bottom of the left foot. With each exhale, I want to try to have the nose and the knee meet. Maybe that doesn't happen today. That's totally fine. On your next inhale, open up the knee to the right. And then spider your fingers forward, squaring your upper body over your left leg. We want to try to think about having the belly connect with the left leg. When the belly connects with the left leg, then we're breathing into the hamstrings and we're getting a good hamstring stretch. If we're just bringing the head down to the knee and we have a big space between our leg and our belly, then we're stretching our back. On the next inhale, bend the left leg, interlace your fingers underneath the bottom of the foot, and then lift your heart. Maybe you stay there, or maybe you can press out of the bottom of the foot and extend the leg. It's okay if your leg doesn't extend fully. The important thing is just to keep the heart lifted and keep pressing until you feel a good stretch in your hamstring. From here, we're going to rotate a little bit and take a seated twist. So we're crossing the left foot over the right thigh. Hook the elbow. And then reach back. Maybe you want to take a bind or maybe just stay with your elbow hooked and your hand pointed up towards the sky. Wherever you are, twist from the navel. And with each exhale, keep looking out over your left shoulder. Try to keep your chest open, shoulder blades drawn toward one another. And when you're ready, look ahead and unravel yourself. From here, we'll take it to the other side. So bend your left leg and then shimmy your left foot to the left, just a couple inches. Bring the right hand down, left arm to the inside of your left leg, and then reach, reach, reach. And then wrap your left arm around your left leg. Square your upper body over your right leg. Try to keep your shoulders even. With each exhale, we'll bring the nose down towards the knee, but don't worry if it doesn't get there. Keep pressing out of the bottom of the right foot. Right toes are flared, breathing fully. And when you're ready, gently release. Open up the left knee. Bring the bottom of the left foot into the inner thigh. And when you're ready, square your upper body over the right leg. Spider your fingers forward, thinking about having the belly connect with the thigh. Try to keep your gaze at your toes unless your belly connects with your thighs. And if it does, and you're feeling a good stretch in your hamstring, then you can bring your head down to your leg. Don't worry about your back rounding a little bit because it's not anatomically possible for you to have a completely straight spine because our chests, our bellies, they get in the way. On the next inhale, rise up. Bend the right leg, interlace your fingers underneath the right foot, and then lift your heart. Stay there or press out of the bottom of the right foot and extend the leg. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Feel a good stretch in your hamstring. When you're ready, we'll twist a little until we come into the seated spinal twist. So lift the left arm, hook the elbow, and stay there, or thread your hand through that little hole you've made with your leg and look out over your right shoulder. Keep twisting from your navel, and with each exhale, look out over your right shoulder even more, even more. Keeping your collarbones broad. And on your next inhale, look ahead and gently release. From here, remove the flesh underneath your sits bones. Bring your arms out in front. And then bring your feet so they're a little bit wider than your mat, pointing your toes out away from you. We're just taking a little hip opener here, so let your upper body be heavy. As you breathe, feel your hips begin to open. And from here, we're going to take a really fun arm balance. Works your core strength, your upper body strength, but it requires some hip flexibility, which is why we're working on this hip opening pose. From here, just to take it a little deeper and prepare, bring your hands underneath the little hole that you've created with each leg. And then let your upper body just melt forward even more. You want to try to get your elbows past your knees. On your next inhale, rise up. And then find your balance. Use your core strength and lift your feet. You want to bring the legs up the arms as much as you can. And then when you're ready, take your hands shoulder distance and then just rock and roll until you can lift up. Use your core strength. Press out of the bottoms of the feet. And when you're ready, gently release. Extend your legs out in front. Extend your arms out in front. Super slowly, we're going to come all the way down to the ground. Prepare yourself for Shavasana. If you want to grab hold of your bolster, you can do that. It feels really good. I'm going to bring it underneath the knees. Just take a couple deep breaths here. Letting your legs be heavy, letting your mind calm down, letting your thoughts drift away. You might want to even begin to close your eyes. And then on your next inhale, we'll just take a quick supported bridge. So you're going to bring that bolster underneath your hips. And you have the option to extend your legs, or I like to bend my legs and bring the bottoms of the feet down to the ground. When I do this, I take my feet a little bit wider than hip distance and just kind of let my legs be really heavy. Sometimes the knees kind of droop in towards one another, and that feels really good. There's no effort here. Hips are heavy, upper body's heavy. Total relaxation in this pose. On the next inhale, remove the bolster from underneath you and extend your legs for Shavasana. Take the legs mat distance, take the arms off the mat, turn your palms up to the sky, and close your eyes. Let your eyes sink into the sockets, close your mouth, but part your teeth, and let your tongue sink into your mouth. Let your whole head be heavy, the shoulders be really heavy, hips, no tension, your legs super heavy. No effort involved at all as you totally, completely relax. We're going to be here for about 5 minutes. So try to stay here for the full 5 minutes. It's one of the most important parts of yoga, of the yoga practice. So make a commitment to try to stay here for the 5 minutes, complete the full practice. And I'll let you know when Shavasana is complete. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And then bend your right arm and roll over onto your right side. Resting your head in your right hand, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, press into your left hand to sit yourself up in a comfortable seated position. Keep your eyes closed, bring your hands to your heart, and just take a moment to feel a sense of gratitude for all the good things you have in your life. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you enjoyed it, share it with friends who will enjoy it as well.